terrible terror! It's like the size of my...
Universal has made a live action How to Train Your Dragon. This is interesting to me because How to Train Your Dragon was what got me into animation. I was fascinated by the idea that you could make anything in this space and weren't constricted by the laws of physics or anything that existed in reality. And now they're bringing it to live action. So I may be a little biased on this, but we're going to check it out. I'll talk a bit about the dragons later.
We're all descendants of the finest dragon fighters from everywhere the Vikings ever traveled. These beasts are a threat to all of our lands. It's time, Hiccup.
I have to kill you. I will, because I'm a Viking. Hear that? I'm a Viking! It's okay. I won't hurt you.
They're doing the thing. It's the thing.
Maybe they're not as bad as we think they are.
In case you forgot, our parents' war is about to become ours. Figure out which side you're on.
They've killed hundreds of us!
And we've killed thousands of them! Toothless, no! He's a friend! You all need to see this. I'm not one of them.
Wow, you've lost everything. Your father, your tribe, your best friend. What are you gonna do about it?
Probably something stupid.
Well, you've already done that.
And something crazy. What's up to us? Us? Stick with me. All right, bud, you ready? Come on! Here it comes!
The terrible terror! It's like the size of my...
Okay, wait. Hold on.
Size of my...
So something I want to talk about is the idea that the dragons, but toothless, look like they have been brought into realism, and toothless just looks like toothless with RTX on. And I very much agree with that, and the reason most likely is because if they messed with toothless, no one really cares what Hookfang or uh any of the other dragons look like, but they do care what Toothless looks like. So if they change him, the movie flops in and of itself. So they can't change Toothless too much. So here it seems like they went the safe route and kind of just updated his model to look like it would fit in real life, which I think was honestly the best way to go. I just kind of wish they would have stuck with that for the other dragons and wouldn't have made them look like Hook Fang does. I think that oh, what is this one? What is this one's name? Storm something, right? Stormfly. I think that Stormfly looks really good. I think Hook Fang kind of doesn't. I I don't want to say he doesn't, but he just looks like a dragon. They took Hook Fang from the show that looks like that just looks completely different. I think Hook Fang from the show looks a lot better. Just I think they could have translated it way better into live action instead of just making him a dragon. But I think the rest of the dragons look really good. Like this one shot of all of them right here, you can see see I think it's called a zippleback, and I think they look really good right here. I think the zippleback looks really good. Actually, now that I'm looking at it again, they did do the kind of dragon look there. I don't really care. It just seems like what they're going for with the other dragons. And this one, I can't remember what that one's called. It just looks like a flying buffalo. I think it's supposed to be maybe Stoic's dragon. I'm unsure. You can kind of just see a lot of different. There's a grunkle. There's a grunkle over there. So
Dragon fighters
I think that the sets look really good. I think that as long as everyone brings their A game, I don't think there will really be a problem with it being in live action. My only issue as an animator, and this being the entire reason I started animating, is that you can only do so much in live action. Like take this shot for example. It looks really good, but you can only have so many Vikings, and you can only make it look a certain way because this is on a green screen, and all of these are most likely duplicated all over so that it looks like a crowd. You can only do so much with live action, and I mean you can only do so much with animation too, but at the point we are with animation, I'm at the firm stance that you can pretty much make anything you want to, as long as you figure out how to make it and figure out your own style. But you can pretty much make anything you want to and figure out a way to do it in animation. Like take the Block series, that entire thing was done in that style because I knew I couldn't get things like this to be done in live action, and I also couldn't do it in normal animation where each of these were characters, so instead I made them blocks. That's part of the reason I think that this defeats the purpose of How to Train Your Dragon, which was this story of like anything can really be possible, even dragons living in the world. So I think that it's good for it to be in live action, but I just don't think it needed to be done. I think it kind of defeats the purpose of the original animation. However, I think that this is Stoic the Vast. Hold on.
I have to kill you. I will, because I'm a Viking. Hear that?
Yeah, it's Gerard Butler. So I don't have a huge problem with it. The Red Death, right? I think the Red Death looks really good. I don't think they really did too much design to the Red Death because that's a similar thing to Toothless. If they change the Red Death, then everyone's gonna be mad because it's the ending monster. I'm just curious to know how the flying shots are gonna work. Is it going to be like a camera in front of them, Disney Channel style flying, where it doesn't really look real, which I doubt, or is it going to have some sort of new style of shooting flying, like we see maybe in in this scene, where it's kind of a lot more similar, see, like this to the other style, where like this looks really good. I just don't know, are they going to be doing this for the entire thing like in the original How to Train Your Dragon, or are they going to change it to a still camera in front of them for cost? Because I feel like the scene where they're flying into the Red Death Den, I don't know how they're gonna do that with all the dragons. what budget does this even have?
The terrible terror. It's like the size of my.
It was 53 million. It's less than the anime thing, obviously, and I think that's a normal
We're all
one. I don't know.
descendants of the finest.
Oh, this was before like editing, I think. Okay, so that's just for shots. So okay, I feel like that they're gonna go with this style then for the rest of it. They're not gonna change to any sort of rig with like a camera on them. I think because in what is it in Avatar: The Way of Water? See this. That's kind of perfect. I'd love to have kind of this be how they fly, but I don't know how hard that would be in live action, so I'm prepared to not fully see scenes like that, but I don't know. How to Train Your Dragon 1 has a lot less flying scenes than all the other How to Train Your Dragons. It's mainly just Hiccup in the end. So, spoilers if you haven't seen the original movie, but it's been out for a long time. That's Gobber, who
You've killed hundreds of us.
We killed thousands of them.
yeah, so this one's not the same person.
I'm not one of them.
Nick Frost?
Wow, we've lost everything. Your father, your tribe, your best friend.
Yeah, this is the guy from Shaun of the Dead. Okay, I'm here for this actually. I'm totally here for a Nick Frost Gobber.
It's something.
I feel like they didn't transition Gobber well into live action here. I don't even know what it is, but for some reason he just feels lacking, even more lacking than what he has in the actual show. He's just kind of wearing robes, and here I don't know, maybe it's this. It looks too nice, maybe his fur. I guess it looks too nice, and because he's a blacksmith, I feel like he shouldn't have something that looks that nice. Anyways, I've seen a lot of people kind of diss her because well, I mean, a lot just because a lot of people just because Astrid's white, but I mean, I don't see a problem with anything, and unless they give a shitty performance. Like if any of these people give a shitty performance, I will not be happy with it. But from this trailer, all of them seem to be doing quite well, and I don't have any issue with any of it. There was a time, won't you believe it, that we judged people based on their performances and things, and not based on anything else. So that's kind of the stance I take with it. As long as everyone actually like tries and no one's bullshitting their way because it's How to Train Your Dragon and it'll make money, then I have no problem with it. The CGI looks really good. The acting seems really good. I really like that shot. That looks really nice. And the small gripes I have with it, like them changing the other dragons and not changing Toothless, and just small little other things like Gobber's fur. I think that this looks really good. And I honestly am glad that How to Train Your Dragon is being put into live action with care. Even if that's because they're scared to mess it up, because people will be angry. That is fine, and I think that if they do this trilogy well, it'll be a really fun... Was that Snotlout? I think that this will be a really fun trilogy. I'm excited for this trailer to have been released, and I'm excited for the actual movie to see it all unfold again.
Wow,
I will definitely be seeing this in theaters, and no matter what, I suggest you guys at least give it a chance and think about seeing it in theaters, because seeing this movie in the theaters is what made me an animator. If I had never watched that movie in theaters, if I had never thought about how worlds could be created in animation, I wouldn't be doing what I do now. So, I'm excited for How to Train Your Dragon.
The terrible terror.
And this line straight out of the movie.
It's like the size of my.
The hidden world is, I own the hidden world on YouTube. So I just watch it at any time I want.
Slow down, Gobbert.
God love the hidden world. Oh, you can't see it because it blocks.